My best friend's grandmother fought her husband's first wife at his funeral. I never knew my best friend's grandfather had any other kids apart from the 4 kids that he had with his wife. My friend's grandfather died from a sudden heart attack. After that, all hell broke loose. The setup was very dramatic as my friend's mother insisted that her other brothers and sister, all 6 of them, were given the chance to take part in the funeral. She stupidly felt that it would have somewhat created an opening for them to mend fences, or so she thought. They all pitched in to write the eulogy. After the younger sister of the grandfather got everyone in order as she stayed in contact with all the children and had a hand in raising all of them. By the end of the night, all was finalized for the funeral. The next day, bright and early at 9 a.m., the funeral started. The body was viewed by both families. A few dirty looks were exchanged by the current wife and the ex-wife. The funeral went beautifully. Each family member who wanted to express their condolences and share memories were allowed to do so. When the time came for the eulogy, the eldest daughter of the first wife took pleasure in reading it with a big old smile and not a teardrop in sight. This to me should have aroused suspicion. The woman read the eulogy only mentioned his 6 children with her mother, his only wife and only legitimate children after that statement. To say all hell broke loose was an understatement. My friend grandmother jumped up front her seat and shouted, "You little bitch." The whole church began an uproar. The first wife and her children proceeded to exit the church when obviously the devil tempted her and she attempted to spit on his casket. The best friend of the grandmother noticed what was about to happen, and as she hawked and was about to spit in the casket, the grandmother's best friend landed her a box, and her teeth fell out right into the casket. I cannot unsee those 270-plus old women fighting. My friend's grandmother grabbed up the dentures and decided that she wasn't getting it back. Can you imagine these big old women started cursing about who had the better slam and grip? The kids parted their mothers. The families engaged in a heated argument. The pastor decided that there will be no sermon because he was afraid that there would be retaliation. The body was being buried in the countryside, and so the preaching for the body ended up taking place at the graveside. The first children and their mother did not turn up at the burial site, and until this day my friend's grandmother still has that woman's teeth, and it's been over 9 years.